Okay, so have you ever noticed how, like, the word love, it's kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like it's lost its meaning a little?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of watered down.
Right,
Like
exactly.
it's just tossed around.
Exactly. So today we're going, like, deep diving into a devotional entry.
Ooh, I like it. Deep
Deep
dive.
dive, exactly.
Fit.
It's all about, love, but, like, the real deal, sacrificial love,
Uh-huh.
the kind of love that, like, well, actually makes a difference.
So what's the devotional we're looking at?
All right, so it's this entry from February the 10th.
Okay.
And get this, the title is Greater Love Has No One Than This.
Ooh, that's good.
I know, right? And it's all based on John 15:32.
Oh, I love that verse.
So powerful, right? It's
Yeah.
like, boom, right from the start.
Laying it all out there.
Yeah, I mean, the verse is like, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends.
Powerful stuff.
Right? I'm reading that and I'm like, whoa, hold on a second.
A little intense.
Lay down my life. Like, that's a pretty high bar to set.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely makes you stop and think. But what really adds another layer here is, the context.
Oh, right. Like, who said it and when?
Exactly. So this is Jesus talking to his disciples,
Okay.
and it's right before his crucifixion.
Oh, wow. So he's literally about to do what the verse is describing.
Exactly. It just, I don't know, it adds this whole other level of meaning to his words.
Oh, absolutely. Knowing what he's about to go through.
That's like the ultimate example.
Right. And this devotional doesn't let us just sit back and be impressed.
Mm.
It's like it throws down a challenge. It asks, how can you live sacrificially for others?
Yeah, that's a good question, right? It's not just about, admiring Jesus from a distance.
Right. It's about figuring out what that kind of love looks like in our own lives.
In everyday life.
Right, exactly.
And I think that's where it gets really interesting. Sacrificial love, it doesn't always have to be these big, dramatic, like life or death situations.
Right, so it's like the small things too.
Yeah. It's those little everyday choices we make, putting someone else's needs before our own, even when it's inconvenient. Like maybe offering a listening ear when you'd rather be doing something else, or going out of your way to help someone, even if it means missing out on something you wanted to do.
Okay, so like helping a friend move, even though you're completely wiped out after a long week.
Exactly.
Or like spending time with a family member who's going through a rough time, even though, you had other plans.
Yeah, that's it. It's those everyday things that maybe don't seem like a big deal, but they're really powerful expressions of that kind of love.
Right, because you're making a sacrifice.
Exactly. And you never know, like, it might inspire someone else to do the same.
Oh, that's a good point. It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah, exactly.
The devotional really emphasizes that whole action part with this little takeaway prompt. It says, consider one way to serve someone sacrificially this week.
I like that. Practical.
Right. It's like, okay, less talk, more action.
Yeah, exactly. Put it into practice.
And then to like wrap it all up, it ends with this beautiful prayer. It says, Lord, thank you for your sacrificial love. Teach me to love others with the same selflessness. Amen.
Oh, that's lovely. It acknowledges that we can't do this on our own.
All right, we need help.
We need guidance and grace, to really love like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a reminder that like true love, it comes from somewhere beyond ourselves.
Exactly.
So like taking a step back and looking at the big picture, it seems like this devotional is really pushing us to go deeper with our understanding of love.
Yeah, to go beyond the surface.
Right. It's not just a feeling.
No, it's
Yeah.
about action, even sacrifice.
Exactly.
And it raises a really interesting question, too. Like, if Jesus is the ultimate example of sacrificial love through his life, his death,
Right.
it makes you wonder, where does that kind of love come from? And how can we tap into that same source?
Yeah, to love others in a way that goes beyond, our own limited capacity.
Yeah, exactly. It's a challenge, but it's also incredibly inspiring.
Wow. That's a powerful thought to leave us with.
It is, isn't it?
So for everyone listening, as you go about your day, maybe ask yourself that question.
About where that love comes from?
Yeah, and how you can like show it. What small act of selflessness can you do today to embody this kind of love?
Yeah. It might just change your life and the lives of those around you.
Thanks for diving deep with me today.
It's been a pleasure.